Hey, Gary Kristensen here, and I'm out on a inspection today of a brand new house. And so I thought I'd make a little video that kind of points out a couple little things that appraisers need to be aware of when they're appraising a brand new construction house. The number one thing that I like to point out is that when searching for comparables, this property is in a subdivision full of a whole bunch of houses that were built by the same builder. They're very similar. And an appraiser might think, gosh, this is going to be so easy. Just throw in these comps that are exactly like the subject and I'm done. But that might not be the case because, you know, as an appraiser, we're going after the market value of the property, not the price of one particular builder or what that builder is able to get for the property. Although that information is valuable, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the market value. So in order to do that, we need to get a comparable or two or three that are from outside the development and sold by somebody other than the builder. So hopefully we'd have something a little bit better than the subject, maybe a little bigger, maybe has a few more amenities, and something a little inferior, a little smaller, fewer amenities, all from outside the development, so that we can compare and see if the price that this builder is charging in this development is consistent with market value. So the next thing about new construction that I think is important is it's a good opportunity to obtain some real cost data. Now this is a big subdivision. It may be a little harder to obtain some real cost data here, but on a lot of assignments where you're doing a small builder, it may be really easy to get that cost data, and that cost data can be extremely valuable and useful when doing other appraisal assignments. So appraisers should be active and try to get it. Another thing I wanted to point out is that tax records might not be so easily available. The tax assessor may not have picked up on this property yet, so you don't have those records to go by. You don't know what the taxes are going to be. You'll have to estimate that. You won't be able to verify a lot of information about the square footage, that sort of thing with the county assessor. You might have to just verify with what the builder has and with what you measured. Another thing I wanted to point out with new construction is that when you search for comparables, at least in our area, map searches don't work very good with new construction. And the reason is that the maps are geocode the properties onto the map in a particular place based on their tax record information. If they don't have any tax record information, or if that road doesn't exist, then the computer doesn't know where to put them on the map. So if you do a map search, you know, this property might be mapped in the wrong spot because it hasn't been geocoded yet because it's a brand new property. It might not come up in your map search. So you might miss really good comparables by searching using a map search. At least in our area, that's really important. And the last thing I wanted to point out when doing an appraisal of a brand new property is that agent interviews, they're always really important. But on new construction, I think they're extra important. And the reason is because a lot of times with new construction, you might have a listing that shows kind of a bargain entry price that doesn't have all of the options. It doesn't say that it has air conditioning, and it doesn't say that it has this or that. But when the buyers came along and bought it, the builder went ahead and added these extras in. So we got to find out what kind of extras were added in. A big one is like rear landscaping. A lot of times that's thrown in the negotiating process and wasn't actually included in the original listing information that might have been published on the multiple listings. So it's really important for appraisers to do those agent interviews. They also need to find out, what kind of personal property got thrown in, ranges, sometimes washer and dryer. I've even seen somebody get a new car out of the deal. So you got to be really careful. Another thing that's often thrown into new construction that you can find out when you do that agent interview is tricky financing. So, there might be some sort of beneficial financing by going with the builder's lender that could be artificially pushing those prices up in the development. So something to look out for. Thanks for watching my little video. I appreciate it. If you have any questions or need any appraisal services, please check out our website, www.aqualityappraisal.com. Thanks again.